Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Yin Yoga class. Namaste. Our theme for our class is based on this lovely quote by Eckhart Tolle. Realize deeply that the present moment is all you have. Make the now the primary focus of your life. So when I am here just before our class and just starting to let my mind settle, let my physical body start to settle, I start to try to tune in to what is happening right now, because it's natural for us to think of the future. It's not something unusual, but really being present, being in the moment, it's so important because, of course, the time flies and then we start to lose track of how we feel. So I have heard something really great today too. Instead of thinking of mental health, we can think of brain health. We think of physical health, now brain health, and then that social health. So brain health, we want to get our mind back to feeling calm, to feeling clarity. And our physical body, having our physical body relax, it does help our mental health, brain health. And being here together, that's the social health. So basing our practice again on being present, let's begin. So let's come back to the mat. And our first pose, we're going to come into child's pose. We turn our body towards the front of our mat, and then we can come into all fours at first. Give your tail a little wag here, and then come into child's pose. Now, if child's pose doesn't work for the knees, you can come onto the side of the body and just have the knees in towards the chest so that you're making a nice fetal shape, ball shape. You can have your knees pointing forward or knees turned out to the side. I like to sit down into my heels at first, and then let my forehead rest. So again, arms forward or arms behind. What would you like to do? Now, as we start to let our forehead rest, let our body, physical body settle. This will help us with brain and physical health. You may have some nice smells that you smell right now. I did put on a nice cream. So when I'm able to rest, I can smell this nice scent. It's going to help me to relax. How about some nice music? Some gentle, calm music for yourself that you can enjoy. And we breathe, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Our body sinks a little bit deeper with our exhale breath. How about if we add a little change to child's pose now? How about if we bring our hands behind our head and come into a shoulder stretch? So I'm going to bring my hands back to the top of my back, fingers pointing towards my bottom. coming out of our child's pose. And we come back to all fours. So all fours. And toes down towards the ground. And then how about if we wag our tail again? Our next pose is melting heart. With a big step forward with the right hand, big step forward with the left hand. We draw the forearms down. As you can see, hips right above the knees. And again, we get to let the forehead rest. And let your heart release into the ground and we just gently let go. Again, opening up through the shoulders with the squeeze. Melting heart is coming to a close. We can slowly start to let ourselves rise and come back up to all fours. Here, wag the tail once more. And we're going to come into a lateral cat-cow, so here. So we're going to come over to one side and we're going to look at our heel. Breathe. With the inhale breath, come back to the center. Exhale, we turn to the other side and look to the heel and breathe. Inhale breath, we draw back. And the exhale breath coming onto the side of the body. Okay, very lovely. Let's take a break from our support through our hands. Taking the left leg forward, right leg behind for deer pose. We add our pelvic tilt. Now, if you wanted to have a cushion onto the left side here, you could do that, and then you can rest on it. As you can see, we're doing lots of forward bends right now. And so just to get to feel that grounding in through our mind or our brain health. So here we go. Pelvic tilt, we twist over towards the left side. And now you may add the bend over. So the forward fold over towards the side. You may let the forehead rest. Finding what's going to work for you, and just let the head hang to it. Making our way out of deer pose. If you are down, you can slowly start to come up and then into the other side. Okay, here we go into the other side. Okay, and would you like to add a pillow? And sitting tall. We do our pelvic tilt and twist over to the side and folding over. May let the forehead rest. You could also let the forehead rest by having your elbows down and then placing your forehead into the palms of your hands. Here, I'd like you to notice your physical body. Are you able to let your shoulders sink a little bit more? Let go. Use your exhale breath to feel softness in the shoulders, softness in your neck. Let your chest start to settle, release. Coming out of deer pose, we gently rise and out of the twist, the legs come forward and just take the prop over to the side, give those legs a little shake, 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 and then bend through the knees, rolling over towards the front of your body for crocodile pose. Another pose, get to rest our forehead. Now think of some things that you do in life to help yourself with your physical body and mental health. And then know that you're doing something right now to help mental, physical, and social health. Being here together, we always know it's that social aspect we definitely need. And curling the toes, Our arms are forward, and then we let the forehead rest for crocodile pose. Being present, we notice. Our heels are pointing up towards the sky, so we're just not letting them flop. So we're active in yin, yet passive. That passiveness of just letting go, but being active, noticing. We are holding these poses for longer periods of time, so noticing maybe where your mind is at. Noticing how you can release a little bit deeper. Let go. I love crocodile pose for feeling the rise and fall of my belly. Feeling how my inhale breath opens up into my back. My exhale breath, I can let go a little bit deeper into the ground. Coming out of our crocodile pose, not too big of a movement. From here, we move into Sphinx pose. So into Sphinx pose, we take the forearms onto the ground and we lift our shoulders up or down. So we'll lift our upper body up as our shoulders go down. And so just drawing your shoulders down away from the ears. Now, imagine that you have some ice cubes underneath of your belly button, and we're gonna lift, engage the bandha, that is your energy lock, drawing just below your navel towards your spine. Now the head, let's release it. So we're gonna let the head hang, and we're gonna let go of those neck muscles. Now you are supporting your upper body, but being able to release the head, you may have to tell yourself to let go. When you're able to do that, you can feel how you can elongate through the cervical spine. We're here for a little bit longer, breathing. Coming out of Sphinx pose, we come into Shavasana, so lying on the front of our body. Let the right cheek rest with the arms by the side of the body. Here we go. Coming out of Shavasana, we lift our head and then we turn our head so our left cheek is resting now. So Shavasana, and let yourself go again. Once again, can you feel the rise and fall of the chest, of your belly? Shavasana to stretch through our neck muscles. But it's our fascia that lies over top of the muscles that we really focus on in yin class. You may notice that one side could be a little bit different than the other side of your physical body. When you do twist your head to one side or the other. So breathing into areas that we focus on, areas of tightness, tension. Let's make our way out. But of course, nice and slow. Let's come back to our crocodile pose. And placing your hands at the top of your mat. We've let the forehead rest once more. Without lifting our head, I want you to just bend your knees. And so your feet are flat as if they're walking on the ceiling. So your knees bent, forehead resting still in crocodile pose. Coming out of crocodile pose, placing your toes back towards the ground, and we can sit back into child's pose for a moment. And then coming up, we come to all fours. Our next pose will be swan pose. So in all fours, step forward with the right hand, step forward with the left hand. If swan pose does not work for you, please come into figure 4 and I'll show you that version. So you can try swan pose, see if it works for you. If you know it, fantastic. With me, downward facing dog. And take your right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend through the knee and bring your knee forward and turn it out to the right wrist. Okay, here. Let the shoulders release again. My toes are down towards the ground first so that I can keep my hips square. And then holding forward. Now, before you come into that relaxation, we're going to take our cushion underneath the right hip. So you can maybe, if you didn't have it handy there, just set yourself up again. How about if we rest our forehead again? Oh, so nice. So seeing how your hip is. So into the right side. Knee, of course, if there's any kind of knee pain, of course, that's not okay. So I'll show you figure 4. So if you are staying in swan, pigeon for other yoga classes, let the forehead rest. You may uncurl the toes if you find your hips are square. Or figure 4. And this is what it looks like. Refresh your memory if need be. Lying on the back, crossing your ankle. You can wrap your hands around the leg. Knee could be back or your leg is straight. Coming out of sleeping swan or figure four. You can make your way back to downward facing dog from swan and then come to all fours. Now, if you had your cushion on the other side, we're going to switch over. Okay. If you wanted to make your way into figure four right now, of course you can do so, or come with me into sleeping swan and downward facing dog here. Three-legged dog. Bend through the knee and bring your knee forward and turning it out to the left wrist. Okay, having that support underneath of the left hip. And we let our body start to release into the ground. Okay, now we're going to be coming out here. If you're in figure four, you can slowly start to release. If you are in sleeping swan, of course, that you're making your way out, you can come back into downward facing dog. And then everyone coming to all fours. And then for our next pose, which will be dragonfly. Okay. And dragonfly pose, you can have your supports, pillows right in front of you here. I'm going to use my bolster. So we bring it right in front. Our legs are into a V. You can, of course, stack your pillows on top of each other for more support. We're going to come into another forward fold. Okay, so another forward fold. We let our body rest. We let our mind, rest. Here we go with a nice inhale, lift, and then the exhale, folding forward. Let the forehead rest. If you need to readjust at any time, of course, please do so and then come back into that stillness. Coming out of our dragonfly pose. Now, how was dragonfly wick for you? Were you able to let yourself just release a little bit more? I hope so. How about half dragonfly? So another forward fold. So we're going to take our prop here over to the side and now bending through the right leg. Okay. With a nice inhale breath, lifting up and then coming over top of our left leg and letting the forehead release down towards the ground. Do not worry about how far you come down towards the ground. We're just going to try to see if we can just let go a little bit deeper here. You can turn your palms up towards the sky. Maybe you wanted to have a pillow right here on the side, a couple pillows, and then letting the body rest. So setting yourself up to see what is going to work for you for the best. Out of dragonfly. Not holding it as long for half dragonfly, but we move into the other side. So here, when we move it into the other side, and then we have that forward, the fold over, we can maybe notice this side, maybe it's a little bit different than the other side, and just onto the side of our body that we lengthen. So with a nice inhale, you can come up and over top of the leg, or maybe you're going to have your cushions just onto the inside and then come over and pull. out of our dragon fly pose, making our way up and taking both of legs forward. Once again, we have a little just shake, shake, shake out through our legs. Then bending through the knees. And rolling over to the side of the body. And I'm going to have my cushions ready here. We're going to come into a reclined butterfly pose. So you too can have your cushions just ready, one on either side. And roll over to your back. Taking your cushions closer towards your hips. And now taking knees open towards the side, the bottom of your feet together. Now we can notice a little bit of an opening in towards our inner thighs. You can take your hands, palms towards the sky. My arms are a little bit further away from the body. You can do the same. Notice how we do open up a little bit more. And after all of the poses that we had forward facing, letting the forehead rest, this may feel a little bit different, feeling the opening into the front of the body here. You may feel a little bit more vulnerable. You may not feel as comfortable. Work through the pose by using your breath. That inhale breath, feel yourself open. And the exhale breath, feel your body how it starts to settle. And we're coming out of butterfly. Then we're bringing one knee up and then the other knee up to center. And then one knee and then the other knee we're bringing up into our rest. And then roll here for cradle. And then we're going to bring our legs up for legs up the wall. We point, flex, and flex. Bending through the knees again, back into cradle. We are moving into a twist, a nice twist for our spine, still having that body open right now. So you can bring your pillows over to the side, just bringing them out of the way of the body. And then we're going to bring our legs up and over towards the right side. Bringing the arms in line with your shoulders. You can take your palms up towards the sky. You can have your elbows bent or arms straight. How about if we turn our head the opposite way of the knees? Close our eyes. Coming back to that opening in towards the shoulders here. From the beginning of our class. What about this opening into our neck again? We remember from Shavasana when we were lying on the front of our body. Turning your head back towards the center. And now into the other side. We draw the knees back towards the center. You can use your hands to help. And then now bringing your legs up and over to the other side. Our arms once again come into line with our shoulders. And we turn our head the opposite way. We check in to see how our shoulders are doing here. This big opening into our chest also, and how about our neck? Coming out of our spinal twist, we draw the head back to the center. And then bringing the knees back to the center. Knees into the chest for cradle and hug, squeeze. We now are able to move into Shavasana. We could lie on our back. We can have our knees bent or legs straight. You could also have your legs up the wall. You can sit in another pose for yourself too. Maybe it's on the side of the body. It could be upright. So what would you like to do right now? And of course, being nice and cozy. Right now I've got a nice cozy shirt on right here, but I'm going to also add a little blanket to my body so I can have a little bit more comfort. And then we make our way into stillness. We close our eyes, let the lips part, your facial muscles releasing. Feel your shoulders soften. I will call you back when it is time. Slowly starting to come back. Here you may notice your breath. You may notice any smells around you. Noticing a calmness in your physical body. Noticing a softness in your mind. Enjoying this time right now, being in the moment. Do a little wiggle maybe through our body. Maybe moving through your toes or your fingers. And if you are lying down on the ground, bend one knee and then the other knee. Rolling over. Oops, sorry. Taking your right arm overhead and then rolling over to your right side to fetal. And then coming up and sitting in a comfortable position for yourself. Placing your hands to your heart center. Thank you very much for joining me, sharing your practice. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste.